We are joined in studio by the amazing, the lovely, the freshly steamed hair Dorothy Martin.
Hi.
I'm letting it out of the bag right away. Just the secret's all out.
I have a fro.
It's gorgeous.
Thank you.
I mean, it's not even fro. It's like straight ringlets. It's absolutely
It is
beautiful.
nuts and out of control right now.
I dig. It feels like it fits. I mean, I don't know you, but it feels like it fits you.
Well, that's good because I was born this way.
It is not Maybelline.
Thanks, Lady Gaga.
Thank you. I love her too.
Do you?
Yeah. She's the true, I think she's like the epitome of the true pop star because she incorporates rock and roll. Like she has that Bowie.
Did you watch her Netflix documentary?
Yeah, she's awesome.
It's amazing. It's incredible.
She's crazy intelligent.
She is incredibly intelligent, incredibly talented, and she's an Aries. So hell yeah.
All right.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Aries
April
power.
11th. Yep.
Air sign.
Airs. Yeah, I don't know.
Right? That's
I don't. I have no
Fire
idea.
sign.
I'm
Fire
a
sign,
dumb
okay.
dude. I don't know. I know I'm a Capricorn, and that's about where it stops.
I'm a Libra, so I'll fan
Yeah.
your flame.
Apparently, I have like a Gemini moon or some crazy thing like that. I don't know.
I have
no
a
clue what this
Capricorn
means.
moon, which is why we
We
mesh.
don't know what any of this means. It's just like, like I
Sounds
don't know. Do
cool.
you know what it means? I don't know what it means.
I have a Capricorn symbol tattooed on my arm.
I feel like we should call up
I was gonna. I
somebody.
thought you were gonna say on my lower back.
No, that's something else.
Yeah.
I do have a tramp stamp, but that's
You
besides
do
the point.
not have a
He
tramp
I do
stamp.
have a tramp
Show
stamp.
it.
Show it.
Show it. Show it.
Show it. Yeah. LD50 it says.
Yes, and it's ombre.
the camera.
It's a gradient color.
It's so hot. No, it's
No,
the
it's not a
name of
Mudvayne tattoo.
His band, his old band.
That's awesome.
I had a band in the early 2000s. We named it, and then like a month later, all of a sudden there's this band Mudvayne with the song Dig on MTV with their album LD50 coming out. We're like, son of a...
What does it stand
well.
for?
Lethal dose 50%. It's a measure
That's-
used in animal testing.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's why.
My lead singer was a member of PETA and very, very much into that.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah.
There you go.
I didn't know that.
There we go. Thanks, work husband.
Thanks
for, that
for
bit of
interviewing me
And
about
by
my
the
band
way-
that hasn't existed in 16 years. I
And
appreciate
by
it.
the way, it's 2018. There should never be animal testing ever. It is not
Agreed.
okay. It is absolutely unacceptable. I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there right now. Like, we are way beyond that. It's barbaric and it needs to be stopped.
You know, that's something I
Mic drop.
really, really love about you as a person is that you stand for a lot of different things and causes, and you're very vocal about that. Is that something that was that something you ever hid, or was that something that you were just like, this is who I am and y'all can suck it?
I don't think I ever had a filter. I don't know. Like, it's hard for me to have a filter and pretend to be something I'm not. So, yeah, I'm very candid about like recovery and alcoholism because, I have a microphone, and if one person could get some help from like maybe my story, then, I don't mind telling it. It's who I am, and there's no shame, and I'm not going to hide that, So, yeah, I don't know. I'm very open.
I like that.
It's
That's
an
awesome.
Aries thing. Rising Scorpio.
Back to the signs. Here we go.
Oh,
It's cool that you're here, Dorothy, and I'm sure you hear that a lot. Oh my God, thank you for coming to our town. Oh my God, thank you for putting on a show here. But you have done some in about a 5 or 6 year career. You've had some amazing tours already. In fact, somebody actually brought up on our Facebook page earlier, I think it was my own, about seeing you open for Hailstorm a few years ago. And I'm like, oh my God, that tour, right? Dorothy, Hailstorm, and Lita Ford.
yes. I think that was like 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
I think I started everything really like, it's been maybe over 4 years by now. But yeah. And then shortly thereafter, Lizzie asked us to join them. So that was so much fun.
What an incredible package.
And
to
now we're
be-
good friends.
Are
And I
you?
left that tour having lifelong friends in music, which was amazing.
How can you not be lifelong friends with Lizzie Hale after meeting her
Seriously.
one
Oh my
time?
gosh.
She's amazing.
She's incredibly
The whole band
humble.
is. Joe, everybody, yeah.
And I'm good friends with RJ and his wife Jessie, and we have movie night at their house. It's just couldn't
cool.
ask for better friends.
That is so cool.
Do you feel like you learned a lot from that tour? I mean, I imagine
Yeah.
you would.
Yeah,
like, you've
because-
got-
She's like, first show, Santander Arena, thousands of people, and I was like, oh my God, now what happens? It was
do
just
more.
like you kind of just jump off the cliff and hope you fly.
yeah. Well, you did.
It was a good experience.
Yeah, you did. And that debut album, that tour, all of that. I mean, that raised a lot of fans, it feels like, for the world of Dorothy. Even here in our little pocket in the Midwest, people started talking about Dorothy, started talking about this record, started talking about, Raise Hell. And obviously, as time went, you released the song Down to the Bottom. That does well. And now here we are, Flawless, a top 10 single.
It's crazy.
28 Days in the Valley has been out for a couple of months, has done phenomenal. And this tour, you're by yourself doing a headline tour that's doing well.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'd never thought my life would take this turn. I'm just really happy to be playing music. I love music so much. I love writing.
Yeah.
I can sit down on the acoustic with my guitar players and just, write all day. So to see people appreciate that is really, really humbling and just makes me very happy.
It seems to me, Dorothy, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're the type of talent that could probably have done anything. What was it about rock and roll that made you go, I need to do a rock and roll band? That's what I need to front. That's what I need to sing.
I don't know. The energy of the musicians playing together and just the way we kind of become one. And, sometimes, it takes a while to find that perfect balance.
Mm-hmm.
But it just feels so... I wouldn't want to be doing anything else. And if I find something better, I'll let you know. But it just felt the most honest to me, and I'm not the type of person to, discredit any other genre. I mean, I love all types of music. But if you're pushing buttons on a laptop, that's not who I am.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with it. There's a bunch of people who love it. It works for what it is. It's just not my thing. I love watching Owen Barry rip a solo and then Eli Wolfmeyer rip another solo, and then just they're back and forth, and because I have 2 guitar players in the band now, and
good says a guitar player.
Super dynamic. Yeah, exactly. It's super dynamic. Everyone sings. It's just so much fun.
Yeah, everyone in the band sings.
Mm-hmm.
That has to add a lot of flair and flavor to the live experience.
Yep. They all wrote and recorded 28 Days in the Valley with me at Linda Perry's studio. So I'm just blown away at how talented they are. I'm just amazed.
What do you feel like having the difference between, sitting down and writing something by yourself and then having some people that you mesh with really well, that you can just kind of bounce those ideas off of each other? What does that do in terms of changing the tone or the vibe or the sound of what you're putting out?
I mean, it opens up so much more when you're working with I like collaborating with other people because I tend to get stuck because I get in my head when I'm sitting down at home with my guitar and I will write full songs and I will write good ideas, of course, but I always like to bounce them off, my guitar players and whoever's in the room, and just they add a different energy to it, it could be as simple as, well, why don't you just try going to this chord instead? And it'll be here, now we have this big, massive hook, So that's why I love working with them.
Oh, yeah.
Was your first record more just you, or was that also a team effort with that lineup?
That was, the first record was the producers and they did not want anyone else giving their input. Really? It was
Gotcha.
It was like the 3 of us in a bedroom.
Selfish pricks. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
You said it, not me.
You're right. I'll take the blame for that. I don't care. I'm a radio.
No, it was like, and at the time, I was like, all right, cool. It's just the 3 of us.
First experience.
And then when I came to this crossroad and this album, and seeing the way Linda Perry works with an entire band, and how we could go off on our own into a room and do pre-production and jam just like the Rolling Stones, and it became so much more tangible, and it was a completely different experience. I'm not saying that one way is better than the other. I prefer to write with a band.
Right. Well, I think
band.
it all makes sense
And
to
they
who that
deserve to
person
write.
is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They're my band. They deserve to write on the album. They make it come alive, So that's just my preference.
How did you come to find the guys that you have?
Well, I had, Elliot was actually my original bass player.
He's the original bass player,
yeah.
right?
He got signed to a deal and took off for some tours and stuff. So it just kind of naturally evolved into this, right? Jason Ganberg and Owen Barry are the two British guys in my band, and they go way back. Like
Okay.
they moved over here together, and
Oh,
so
wow.
they're very good friends. Those were people that Linda knew, and then Eli Wolfmeyer, I saw him playing at. We had a bar called Piano Bar in Hollywood
Okay.
a long time ago, and I said, "Oh my God, I want him in my band. He just looks so cool. He plays amazing." And here we are. You know, I manifested it somehow because I mentioned it to Linda, and I go, Linda, do you know who Eli is? And she's like, that's funny because he's in your band now. She's like, I called him, and he's like, he's totally into it. And I'm like, yes, yes, and they just,
You did what I wanted you to do without me even saying it.
I know, it's like she just read my mind.
The magic of Linda Perry.
Yeah, and the magic of just putting it out there and watching it manifest if you stay positive about it. And, it's meant to be. And it did happen. And they all play so well together. It's great.
Oh, you can hear it. You can hear it on the record. I mean, 28 Days in the Valley is the album.
good.
And again, I made the joke about the experience of the first record before that. I love that first album.
I
don't
do
think there's
too.
any doubt about that. The 28 Days in the Valley, from an artistic level, it feels like it's more... I hate to say the word artistic because I just used it, but it does feel that way.
Yeah.
Organic.
Yeah.
Organic
I
is a
think
good word.
it feels more organic.
We went deeper. Mm-hmm. We went deeper. I mean, there's no doubt about it. We went deeper. I went through a personal journey, and I feel like, I hate to say it, but I feel like I was allowed to use my voice more on this record.
Good for you. Good for you.
It is what it is,
Speaking out, that's awesome.
Yeah, it is what it is. I felt more free.
How did it come about for Linda Perry to find you, or for you to find Linda Perry?
Well, I looked around in my situation and needed a change, and it felt kind of stagnant, and it felt like people they didn't see what I saw. Maybe they were just, everyone's busy, got their own thing going on. And I was like, I intuitively just trusted my gut and said, I know I need a change. First of all, I want to work with a woman. And I've always liked her, we have so much in common. We have very similar energy. She's a very intuitive person, very, very creative. And so we got together and wrote a couple songs, like Down to the Bottom she was part of, and it was a nice transition out of the first record into what was to come. And so she was like, what's going on? What's happening with your career? And I'm like, I don't know, dude.
She didn't say what's going on.
Oh my God.
It's a Four Non Blondes reference. If nobody got that, if you don't know who Linda Perry is.
It's just, I do it all the time. She's rolling her eyes right now. Rolling her eyes back in her head. So
Sorry.
No, but
Continue.
she's like, what's happening with your career?
That's better.
It's so hard not to say it. Damn it.
What's up? Que
What's
pasa?
up? What's up, kid?
What's up, kid?
What's
What are you
happening
doing?
with your career? And I'm like, I don't know. And she goes, well, I know what I can do with you. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, yeah, let's write an album. It's like overdue. And,
Good.
And you can't be bouncing around to different producers who don't understand who you are.
Yeah, that's key, isn't it? I mean,
Totally.
to be somebody
That
in the
person
studio.
is your captain.
Yeah.
You're in a ship. You're sailing out into the ocean. You're on a new adventure. We're all pirates. And the producer is the captain.
I really just want to arg right now.
Or
Go
first
ahead.
mate. It's like, I don't know, like that. They're guiding. They're your North Star, right?
Yeah.
So she's a strong one, strong North Star.
Seems to be obviously giving her career.
Mm-hmm.
Again, if you don't know who we are speaking of, Linda Perry has become a pretty legendary record producer and artist manager. In the 90s, yes, she had a band called Four Non Blondes.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
She was signed by
that's who
Jimmy
she is.
Iovine, and she had toured with Aerosmith and had that massive, the massive success that she had. And then she, if you haven't seen her VH1 Behind the Music, it is so good.
It's good. It's really good.
So good. And the ability
Can we bring
to
that
write,
show back, P.S.?
Please.
Oh, please. Oh, I love that show. Her ability to write these amazing pop songs. First of all, you can be in a rock band, and if you're not playing well-written songs, it doesn't matter. Like Queen,
Right.
those records were brilliant, right?
Yeah, they're okay.
They're all right. Pop songs. Pop songs, and you can dress them up however you want, right?
Yeah.
Because people will remember them forever and ever. So we just try to write really good songs. And I think we kind of scratched the surface, and we're going to go really deep.
Yeah, are you excited for the future of
So
this?
excited.
Yeah.
The stuff I'm writing with my band now, like, we'll be at sound check, and they'll just, like, crap out an idea. And it's like, everyone will be like, that's been stuck in my head for 3 days.
Yeah.
So it's so
Perfect.
exciting. I can't sleep at night. I'm like, I have these lyrics. I have, this whatever, like just this new love affair to write about or whatever, just like so much exciting stuff happening.
Yeah.
I'm just like in this creative space that's really awesome. So
Do you, when you're doing that, because I know for me, like stuff just kind of pops out whenever it pops out. And I used to carry a notebook with me all the time. And
Oh,
now I
that's a
just
great
use
idea.
my notes on my phone, but I don't feel like I get things out as organically. How do you keep lock on some of those moments that
you're right
it
about
just
that.
comes out?
You're right about that. The phone is good because you can record it real quick. You can write it down real quick. But I really encourage artists and writers to use a real pen and real paper. And you're kind of channeling. It's like sometimes when those lyrics come very fast, it's almost a subconscious thing. Either you're writing from your subconscious or you're pulling it from somewhere else and you're just the vessel. That's how We Are Stars was written. It was just, she's like, come here. And she had got down on her knees with the acoustic guitar and she's just, we are stars. We are stars. And I just started, do you think we're made of flesh and bone? I just started going, and it's just like,
Amazing.
that is the beauty and the magic with the writing. So yeah, I have a notebook too.
Yeah.
That's a much stronger way to write.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the electronics kind of get in the way. They change your,
It's like a static kind of coming into
They change your energy.
Yeah.
They influence
You
you.
hipsters
Oh, hush your butt.
and your
But
pen and
when you
paper.
need to get an idea out real quick and we're jamming at sound check, you just hit the always press record. Jack Black said that. Always press record.
Yeah.
That's a fair statement though, because you don't want to lose those ideas.
Yeah, and you know when it's good. You can feel it.
Mhm.
You know when it's a good idea and when
Absolutely.
it's like, some songs take massaging and shaping, like some just come out and it's like, that was a nugget. That was a golden nugget right there.
Come back.
Yeah.
What was it exactly that I just said?
And my band remembers everything.
Oh,
so
I wish. I wish I had somebody behind me that could just remember every random thing that
you have
spouted
like
out
5
of my
sets
mouth.
of ears right now. Like 5 sets of ears in a room. So nothing's going to get lost.
See, there you go, Katie. You have to have 4 guys following you around at all times.
I have that right now.
I'm sure there's a few that would volunteer. I don't know if I
probably.
actually want them around.
Open your
'Cause she's
Snapchat and find out.
She's a pimp. Is there something you're not telling us?
It's a true story. It's a true
Same.
story.
You know what's so crazy? As I was like in this weird relationship, and I just was like, dude, I'm done. Like, you suck. You're just treating me like crap. I'm done. And the minute I said I'm done, 4 guys were like, hey, what are you doing?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, not much.
I'm
What are
surprised
you
they waited
doing?
that long.
Right? No, it was really funny. We had a
was so funny.
post up on Facebook going to advertise the show with the ability for people to message back the video that you recorded. And it was one of those things where, like, they can message. So things are coming to the inbox. And you would think that most of the comments back would be something about the show. But they were all like, you're so beautiful. Are you single? Can I date you? And I'm
Oh
responding
my God!
like,
What was the one
"Do
the
you
other like 2
realize
days
this
ago?
is a radio station and
That
she's
is
a
so
singer?"
funny.
2 days ago, there was one like, "Can you find me pretty girls or whatever?" I'm like, "What?
Like,
the
this isn't
Oh
a
my
strip
gosh.
club with a super hot chick.
It could be.
She's a really
It
talented
could be.
musician who's also super hot. But don't be creepy.
Oh.
Don't be a creeper.
I've gotten proposed to a few times.
I bet.
I say yes to everyone. Just,
you?
Sure, why
why
not?
not? Why not?
Maybe get a ring out of it.
Yeah. Well,
Pawn that bitch.
Yeah, one that you can hawk."
I'm not a scam artist. Hold on. That's not a bad idea.
Are you though? The Freedom Tour, which is of course what you've been doing, your headline tour. I mentioned it earlier. It is tonight at the Green Bay Distillery in Green Bay. I'm not looking at your tour dates right now, but if I'm remembering correctly, is this either the final or close to the final date on this little run?
No, not even.
I
think
mean
we're
on this
maybe
section.
halfway through.
On this section.
Right. This
what
is,
I
I
meant.
think, what, the 3rd section? It's
See,
technically the
that's-
second, but
that's kind of what I thought. But I wanted to, because I thought there was a little bit of a lull.
Because the
Maybe
first
I'm
time
wrong,
we
though.
came out was January, February, and we started in Milwaukee, and everyone got sick the first night because our bus broke. The heat wasn't working.
That was the night we just made reference to this on the way down.
I
Right.
was really pissed
Yeah.
I wasn't able to be there.
It was fun because it was like sub-zero temperatures. The gears in the door froze, so I got locked out of the bus. My fingers are frozen. I couldn't even like punch in the numbers to get on the bus. So that was the first leg, and now we're here. But we're going into Lollapalooza, which is super exciting.
That's what it is.
Dude,
that's yeah.
awesome.
And we have the after party with Greta Van Fleet, which is so exciting at the Vic Theater.
And you just got off the tour with Greta Van Fleet.
Yes,
as a
and
full
we're going
tour.
back out in September too.
That's amazing.
And I'm really
Congrats.
excited because Jack White's playing, and I love him. Oh, he's so great.
Of
He's so
course.
great. I saw him on my birthday at Coachella a couple years ago, and it was just like his band was so incredible. No
Yeah.
set list. They just go up and
They just go up and jam.
slay.
Love that.
Are they doing? Do they do any old White Stripes stuff? Just out of I love
Yeah.
White Stripes. Sorry.
Of course. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. A little bit of everything, I think. I don't know.
The solo
I
stuff's
was
cool
drinking
too. Don't get me
tequila
wrong.
shots with Fergie. It's kind of like, I just know I had a lot of fun.
Oh wow!
It was my birthday.
Sorry.
Tons of fun. And I was like, holy shit, you're Fergie. You want to drink with me? And she's like, yeah. I
Yeah.
was like, great. Okay. Jack White. Party. Woo.
Is this before Fergie sang the national anthem or after? Sorry. Anyway, that's
know.
I don't. She's a talent. That was a dumb thing. Anyway, me and my dumb jokes. Dorothy, thank you for stopping in. I know you got a bunch of
Absolutely.
stuff to get ready for tonight for your show tonight, and then obviously Lollapalooza. This weekend, right? Is that Lollapalooza?
It's soon. I don't even know what day
Yeah.
it is.
Your
I just
tour
rolled out
manager's
of
over
bed.
here shaking his head. Yes.
Tay-Tay, when is it?
Tay-Tay?
This weekend. Oh,
wait,
boy.
Wait, your
Couple
name
of
is
days.
Tay-Tay?
Tay-Tay Taylor. Is
a
also
lot
we
of-
also
Hey, Tay-Tay.
Tay-Tay. We also call him Becky
Ooh, Becky with the
because
blonde hair.
Becky with the good hair. Because we went to Boulder. We went to Boulder, Colorado.
Boulder, Colorado?
And we step off the bus at noon. And
Okay.
there are drunk children. When I say children, I mean college students.
Right, right.
Just pouring out of every corner. Becky! Come eat with us, you slut! Becky, oh my God, I love your shoes. I'm so... He just won't text me back. Like, nonstop. Insane. It was just like the apocalypse, the beer apocalypse.
Oh my God.
So his name is now Becky because his impression was just impeccable.
That's fantastic.
You want to do it?
Yeah, and here, I'll pass over my mic. You keep yours.
Becky, come eat spaghetti with us. I don't want to go home. I go party. Stephanie, don't touch me.
Boulder, Colorado. Wow!
I might be my
On that
a little
note-
on that one.
On that note, listen, Dorothy, it's a pleasure to have you in studio. I'm glad we could do this in person this time. Have a great show tonight.
Thank you.
Good luck with the rest of the run. Good luck at Lollapalooza and Greta Van Fleet and all of
Thank
it.
you.
And we can't wait to hear record 3, too, coming up. You got me
Oh,
excited
yeah.
about that.
I'm so excited.
Dor-
No idea what it's going to be about.
Perfect.
Dorothy Martin.
Goodbye, everyone.